Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back from my existing subscribers. I want to talk to you about the good, the bad, and what I'm unsure about in Modern Warfare 2's beta. I've been playing it since Friday. I got a little bit of time in the day. You know, I spent a lot of Saturday out and about, but I've been throwing down. I think I'm like, I want to say like level 16 or 15 or whatever the level cap is. I'm pretty sure that I'm there. So let's go ahead and jump into exactly what I liked or what I think is good about this beta. Some of the good things that I like about it is that the gun recoil, it feels violent, it feels visceral. So I really like that. So when I'm shooting the guns, there's a lot of recoil, but it just feels like what shooting a gun should feel like. And I remember in Modern Warfare 1, it was almost a very similar feeling in the very beginning, right? And I feel like over time they just kind of taper things off, and it got to the point where it's like Warzone and everything's like a water pistol. But yes, that would be the first thing that I really liked. Switching, the second thing I'll talk about is switching from 60 hertz through this whack ass method to 120 hertz made the game feel amazing. So I tried the game, at first with the controller, I was struggling with it. Try to hook up mouse and keyboard, was still struggling, went back to controller, decided I was just going to make the best of it and use the aim assist, right? So again, once I found this fix, the game felt so smooth, it felt like I was playing on PC, right? So I played it, of course, on a PS5. Well, maybe we shouldn't say of course, but I played it on a PS5 at 1440p. And again, that's the main thing that I would say is that going from 60 to 120 hertz made the game feel really good. I also love that they brought an FOV slider back. Or brought it to Modern Warfare. I mean, they had it in other games after Modern Warfare 2019, but the downside is that, of course, since the Warzone engine was running on that game as a base, no one got field of view sliders if you were on console in Warzone. So now that should be fixed. Fidelity FX, contrast adaptive sharpening. So Fidelity FX CAS. When I turned on the game, it was like, it just wasn't really it for me graphically. But turning on CAS, I was using it at 100. I wear glasses, so for me the anti-aliasing just made everything look so soft and fuzzy. But turning on CAS really changed the look of the game for me, so I really enjoyed that. And again, I used it at 100, the level 100, so maxed out. The last thing I would say that was like really good, that I really enjoyed, is the clean interface in the menus. Not necessarily choosing the game modes, but when I was going through setting up keybinds, like the interface, the menu is it's very simple. It's like a material design background. And again, it's just very nice, very clean, to the point. Transitioning over to the bad. I alluded to it earlier, but activating 120 hertz mode required for me to delete my game save, launch a game that performed at 120 hertz. So I used Miles Morales. Let's back up a little bit. I'm going to link the video that I followed to get 120 hertz in the description. So if you ended up just trying for the free beta, or you end up, let's say, I hope it doesn't carry on into the actual launch of the game, but there was no toggle for performance mode in the menu. So you launch a game that supports 120 hertz. A guy used Fortnite, I used Miles Morales, went to the performance mode, and then from there you switch directly into Call of Duty. It was still 60 hertz. Delete the game file on the actual local drive, relaunch the game, or you actually go into your menu for your display and screen settings, and I lied to you. I already lied to you. So again, I'm gonna link the video so you get the accurate information. But while you're in the actual settings, you go in and you just change your game preference to performance mode, and then make sure that performance 120 hertz is set to automatic, 1440p the resolution, and you're good to go. It automatically activates when you go back into the game. So that's how I was able to get it, and turn off the PS4, put the PS4 in rest mode. It sticks, so it is staying there. The second thing was I think it's called the Lalchan. They pretty much the MP5. It's very weird the way you get that. So you have to like do another weird workaround, because either it's locked, but it doesn't seem locked. I don't know. I was getting melted by this gun, and I was like, how does everybody have this gun? Because I feel like I'm kind of at a level cap, and I feel like I unlocked everything that I could already. So again, I just went on YouTube real quick, found out how there's a specific way to build a class, and for some reason the shotgun activates the MP5. Going back to when I was trying to make do with 60 hertz, I want to talk about the mouse and keyboard. The keyboard felt okay. The mouse input was just trash. Like, it was horrendous. I wouldn't even wish that on my enemies. So if you're trying, like, I don't know, if you're coming from PC and you're like me and you're used to just your mouse responding the way you want it to, I don't know if it's VSync, but I've turned on VSync on my PC when I'm playing COD before, and it doesn't do that. So I don't know what it is, but just the latency. I had to turn on mouth smoothing, and then I turned on filtering up to 100, and then it felt decent at 60 hertz. I didn't even entertain trying it again at 120 hertz, but the compared to PC, the mouse felt like trash. The last little, I'd say, con, is that the game feels good for a beta, but being that it comes out in just over 4 weeks, so it's like the 27th of October, I believe, so 5 weeks maybe, it's kind of concerning that this is the state of the game, because there's not much time before it comes out, unless we're playing on a different build, which is likely the case. But again, game comes out very soon, and I don't really foresee how they're going to make a lot of changes. Now, things that I'm unsure about, these are the things that I don't really have a strong opinion about. I'm just kind of kicking it around, deciding whether or not I like it. So I'm unsure about the perk packages, which is one of the perk packages. I want to say it's Assault. The one with Overkill brings in that MP5 glitch. That's how you unlock it and be able to use it. So I'm not sure about that. Not necessarily because of the glitch portion of it, just because, I don't know, while I'm playing the game, it's kind of, I don't know. You just don't have that much control over the actual, the perks. And I didn't give it a fair shake. So I'm unsure about that. So we'll figure out. I do like that you can just click on it and it has a preset template. So if you want to be a Panther or if you want to be Assault, they have these preset templates that you can just kind of roll with. Other thing I'm still unsure about, it's going to be the weapon progression system. I had to actually go, because I was just using the MP4 or the M4, not MP4. I was just using the M4, and I felt like I wasn't unlocking anything. Like, I had no attachments unlocked, and then I realized that I had to actually change the I'm trying to think of the word. I had to change a piece on the gun, right? And when I changed that, that allowed me to use it as an LMG, and that unlocked that progression path attachments. Then I changed it to a recon, and it changed the recon barrel, and then I unlocked that attachment path. And then I changed it to the SMG, and that unlocked that attachment path. So I was able to unlock a lot of attachment that way. But just looking at it, you can actually click on progression or tab over with RB or R1 and tab over to progression and see where you are on each one of those tiers. But again, it just was, I would have been nice to just be able to have it front and center. So again, the verdict isn't out yet on that. The TTK and the player styles. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of kicking it in the air. There are some campers, and the TTK is really fast, so you die like immediately, right? There's some people that run around, and I really, really get ghost vibes. When I will say, this is kind of paired with my last point before I go ahead and wrap up this video. I will say that I get this feels like Call of Duty Ghosts when it comes to the movement and how quickly you engage after running or something like that. But people do camp in corners. There's a lot of shotgun play, and the snipers they're nutty. Like I've never experienced this, but kudos to them little controller players, man, because they busting my ass right now with these snipers and that marksman rifle. There's a marksman rifle where I see people just snapping in and immediate one shot kill from close and medium range. So again, it's kind of like I play TDM. That's my main game mode. I don't really play Search and Destroy. I started getting into Search and Destroy when I did GVs back in like 2017, and that really introduced me to Rainbow Six Siege. So then they did Search and Destroy better than Call of Duty ever did. So again, that would be kind of like the last little bits right there is the movement and the overall players, not the movement, but the game mode itself. I do want to touch base on the movement. The movement, I feel like, is another thing I'm unsure about. And this is not on my list to cover, but I feel like the movement is better and worse at the same time. Like the sliding has a penalty to it. So I think that everything you do is going to be more calculated, which to me is going to be a better game. I know for some people that enjoy like just being able to Joe-Woe everything, that's great. But for me, I think, again, that this is going to be something that's really cool. So I'm interested to see how it evolves over time, what people find, as far as like weapon, changing weapons, which, speaking of, I remember like in Black Ops, it was like slide, I think it was like BYYB or something like that. And then you'd have like unlimited boost, right? But all that seems to have a really heavy penalty that goes with it. So I don't foresee it being a big deal in this game. I'll also say, lastly, that this should be on the list of things I don't like, but I'm going to put it on the things I'm unsure about because, again, it kind of all plays together with that, being more mindful of how you play the game and being more present, I think. If you try to reload cancel, it's like Insurgency Sandstorm. So if you play that game, if you start a reload, you have to kind of finish that reload. There is no canceling it, hitting change weapon twice and coming back. It's like a staged system. So once you've removed the magazine, there's no magazine. Call of Duty doesn't do it as well. But let's say, for instance, you remove the magazine and you're about to put the new magazine in and you start sprinting, or you YY to try to, fight somebody. Well, that's not going to finish your reload. So that's another thing that, again, I'm kind of unsure on that one, because I feel like there's some advantage to it, to making people think about what they're doing more. But again, that's just my take on it. Let me know how y'all are enjoying the beta. This video went a little longer than I had expected, but I feel like, again, overall, pretty good. But a little concerning that the game comes out and I feel like it doesn't feel like a whole game, right? Like, for instance, I'm looking at the stats for the guns, and they overlay over the attachment stats, overlay on top of the gun stats. So like, you're trying to like read that it adds accuracy and you can't, because it's showing like how far the range of the gun goes. So it's kind of weird, but that's just janky stuff. But again, the game comes out next month, so that's kind of weird. But I'll catch y'all on the flip. Y'all be easy. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video.